we're going to jump into the spoilers now in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you haven't seen it, get on out of here and then come on back.
Everybody dies.
Everybody dies.
Yay!
Well, you're not really wrong.
You're not really wrong.
There's a few folk that die.
Yeah.
There are a few folk, and man, that Lieutenant Norman,
Lieutenant
That guy rubbed you the
Lieutenant
wrong
Dan.
way out of the
Dude.
gate. You're like, this guy's gotta go.
Yeah, you were
This
like,
guy.
you have never wanted to root for someone getting shot by Crosshair more.
Yeah.
Like,
But
Facts.
you guys, we
Facts.
gotta address super quick when these episodes start. We
Yeah.
can tell within the first 10 seconds
If it's gonna be good,
if it's going to be
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
or bad or ugly.
or Omega
Two
and
reasons.
if we see Omega, then we're like,
Down the hole.
sigh.
down the hole.
If we see
Crosshair.
Crosshair. If the music's like boom, 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 boom.
It's gonna
And
be
then
a silly
Sid-
Willy
and
Wonka
then
I was
episode.
gonna say, I don't think that's the right
Oh,
music.
then Sid walks in the room. Boom, boom.
oh, that's it.
Boom,
okay.
It's a joke, but this one had heaviness out of the gate.
Yeah.
Hands up. Who do you see? Crosshair.
Crosshair.
We're like,
Yeah.
we've missed you, and
Hands
it
up.
just, you just knew this
we
was
doing
gonna
this?
be.
Yeah.
This is the bee's knees. We're in business. Let's go.
Yeah, for
This is the
sure.
Burt's Beeswax.
So that's all I wanted to address. Was this started off strong, and we were like,
Mm.
bring on the business, and,
and
it just,
ended strong.
ugh.
Oh, it was so
Yeah,
satisfying.
it's like a week where, for story, I would almost say like how condensed and how well they did the story for Bad Batch. It was almost better than Mando.
Yeah.
It meant something.
That
don't
sounds
disagree.
kind of blasphemous, but when it comes down to like
blasphemy.
just like the hitting all the points and
Mhm.
condensing it to a no fluff,
Yeah.
really.
Right.
I think it's because we've seen so many fluff episodes in this show that we're just like, thank the Lord.
Yeah.
There's one that's actually gonna build the galaxy
Right.
and tell you what's going on.
And 2 in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dose.
Seriously.
in 2 robos.
We finally got to the plot of the show.
Right? It's like, yeah, 1.5
meat.
seasons in, here we are. This is Bad Batch.
Well, it's just sad that they took so long. Like they
I
could've
know.
cut out
They
so much.
literally
Yeah.
Yeah.
could be, I don't know. What to
It's
tell you,
really a
bro.
point where like filler is not your friend when it comes to shows. Like you need to not
Yeah.
have filler. Like I see where that used
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
like something that made sense back in the day, like whenever we were actually watching it on TV.
Yes.
But nowadays it's like
In the world of streaming, if they're not gonna, because you're not giving it to you, like you said, in a binge-worthy fashion.
No.
They're
Right.
making
It's
you
every
watch it
week.
week to week.
Yeah.
So
Right.
we're dedicating a night every week to this or whatever.
Want
You
it
know what
to
I'm
be
saying?
good.
Right.
As opposed to like just storming through it all in one night.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
watch it on.
And then you're like, oh, well, that was, well, I at least we can watch the next one and hope the next one's
yeah,
good.
that,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it would have been better if they would have dropped it all at the
Yeah.
same time. Like,
Like,
this
they'd be
show
ruining
is
my entire
definitely
week.
Yeah.
Especially when there wasn't
This
any
show
Mando.
sucks.
Now that there's really good Mando, now we're getting really good episodes of Bad Batch.
Yeah.
I was like, where were these
Yeah,
like
you're-
2 or
you're
3 weeks
confused.
ago when we had nothing to hope for?
Do you think they did
I'm
that on
getting
purpose?
overloaded.
I think
Yeah.
they did.
Yeah.
I think because people are hyped for
Yeah.
Mando. I was listening to some other people talking about how they feel like Mando, the people that made Mando, kind of stepped all over the Bad Batch people because it's just animation, and even
Yeah.
delivering
Dave
it on
Filoni's
the
proved
same.
them wrong time and time again.
Yeah, delivering on the same day. But then, like you said, to me, the Bad Batch episode hit harder than the Mando episode today.
It did. It definitely
and,
did.
Yeah.
And part of it was because
Other than the Mythosaur for me.
other than the Mythosaur,
Well,
I mean,
I shouldn't say that. We're kind of not.
right, but we haven't got the epic moment with the Mythosaur
Mythosaur.
yet. We just got an introduction
Yeah.
to the Mythosaur. But I'm going to have to cut this out. 'cause
Yeah, we are.
This
'cause
is in the
that's what I was
spoiler
just
section.
realizing if we do this segment.
But no, I think the Bad Batch,
I don't think it mattered.
Crosshair, going at it, we needed to see him. It was like Vader, right? We knew there was good in him
Yep.
at
Yeah,
the end of season
that's
1.
why it was so fascinating too.
Yeah.
Because like we kind of talked about it earlier, where some people have to learn the hard way, and it took like he had to hit rock bottom for him to realize,
Literally.
yeah, ice bottom,
Ice bottom.
before he realized that he needed to change,
Yeah.
and that the Bad Batch was right.
Well, and he'd
this
already
whole time.
been questioning his
His
loyalty.
inner
Well, yeah, because
Fair.
other people, it's been
Yeah.
a progression. Like,
Rampart-
they definitely took their time
Yeah.
with this one,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
was good.
They definitely took their time.
It was the best way to do it. I feel bad for Mayday.
Yeah.
I liked
that's-
Mayday.
He was good.
I was like, I was hoping him and Mayday
Silly
could
here.
get out of there, and that would be
Mayday!
the reunification.
Yeah.
but clearly they've established that the Empire hates clones. So Crosshair's
Yep.
always kind of been in between, but he's like, well, you do what the mission calls for.
Yep.
Including
clones are
shooting.
expendable.
Yeah. And so he did everything Rampart wanted. Although he hesitated. He's like, what happened to Commander Cody? And then he knew Commander Cody
Right.
defected.
Yeah.
And then he's
Did he
like,
defect though?
Have
Have we?
well,
confirmed
we
that?
haven't
Have
confirmed
we
that.
crossed over to spoilers?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is spoilers.
yeah, we were spoiled.
Yeah,
Oh.
we're in spoilers.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, we're in spoilers.
you were
I think-
asleep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we threw you off with the whole spoilers for Mando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I forgive you.
Spoilers.
Thank you. I
So-
forgive you.
No, but
Forgiveness.
so anyway, so the way that they did it in this episode
Yeah.
and made him realize, but they kept hitting him over the head with this. What was the bad guy? The Lieutenant
Lieutenant Nolan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Like
Lieutenant Dan!
Dan.
the most easily hated. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. He was just a.
He's
a
definitely
He
a
was
Nazi.
a piece of crap.
and then there's 2 clones die at the beginning, with the
Yeah.
explosion, and then we're like, and then he's just like, "What are you guys doing?" He was had to have like 5 seconds to like remember them.
Yeah, what were the
How to
Hex and
Hex and
Beach?
Peel or something like
Peach.
that. Something I don't know.
I think it's Beach.
Hex and Peach.
It was something like that.
It was Peach
yeah.
or Beach, but I thought it was Peach.
I think it was Beach.
Peach.
Probably was. 'Cause
Oh yeah, like
Peach is a
you know.
little weird to be named a clone, a killing machine.
I think it would be more ironic if it was Beach for where they were at.
Yeah, right.
Well, I even liked how Crosshair has gotten rid of the Crosshair moniker, and he was going, he uses Crosshair,
Monocle?
but remember he was like, "What's your name?" and he almost didn't want to say it.
yeah.
Doesn't that mean something? Like he was just 990 whatever.
04.
Yeah,
CT 9904.
I think it. Yeah.
I feel like there was that they were even playing that part of his name, who he is
yeah.
as a person
Right.
versus just a clone in an army.
But I
Yeah.
think he was trying to. Yeah, he was trying to like not stand out. Like he just
Right.
wants to be.
He's just a soldier.
he just
man.
wants to be a good soldier. and
Good
follow
soldiers
orders.
follow orders, and
Yeah.
that's his thing.
Except for he doesn't want to follow orders now.
No,
He
and-
definitely doesn't follow orders
He's
at the end
kind
of
of
it.
just-
Yeah, no.
All of Bad Batch numbers start with 99.
Yep.
Hence
'Cause
Clone Force 99.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty sure
So,
it's
and they made him,
9901,
made a
234,
Oh,
you know.
okay. That-
made him remember
numbers.
the Bad Batch.
Yeah.
Clone Force 99. He
Like,
called him out
maybe
with
I
it.
chose the wrong side.
So they just eased it into it, right?
Yeah,
Well,
He
it was
kept-
so well done.
Until
so
they
well
get rid
written.
of Omega, he didn't choose the wrong side.
Yeah, right. That's why he chose that side.
But I like how they're building, and then of course when he shot Lieutenant Dan,
Yeah.
you're like, that's epic. But that had some
Lieutenant
weight.
Dan.
That had some serious weight to
did.
it after this
Yeah.
episode and after the episode 3. You're
Mhm.
like, wow, he
He pulled an Andor.
did.
He
Shot
did.
first and asked questions later.
And
Well, he
then-
made it like personal too, because he was like, Lieutenant. And then the guy turns around and then he waits.
Yeah, but that was a moment.
It
And then
was.
when he put the helmet on Mayday in the snow,
Yep.
because he was just talking about,
Yeah,
don't make
what-
sure I'm not around you when
Yeah, what great
On my-
like
when I'm
character
dying.
development
Right.
in one episode.
Mhm.
Literally like that.
like
was
that.
amazing.
it
Like,
was just
click, click, click.
it just it just
Not one
built.
snap
It's been
before.
building for a while, but they really hammered it home in this episode. And
Confirmed it.
oh, that was awesome, man.
And
Well,
to
yeah,
bring
and
Confirmed our suspicions.
It was the whole like they found out they were guarding stormtrooper
Right.
gear.
The people they
Like
guarded armor
worthless.
for people that are replacing them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because the clones, like the guy Lieutenant Dan said, they're expendable.
Yeah,
I think
that's-
honestly that's all the Empire's doing is just sending
That's-
them to places so they just die
yeah,
off.
they're
Yeah.
trying to get rid of the clones.
That's
They
true.
they see
Yeah.
them as old hat or whatever. They just see them as like useless now. And that's
Yep.
really what that Lieutenant Norm or whatever
Nolan.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Dan.
I don't know why
Yeah.
you can't remember
You
his
keep
name.
calling him Lieutenant
They just-
Dan.
Lieutenant Dan. He can't use his legs now.
They just keep
Wow.
sending
Can't
him on
use anybody.
suicide missions, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're like,
Right.
You came back. Why didn't you do the mission?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's like about time you guys showed up
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
they're limping into the camp.
Yeah, like almost dead.
Yeah,
It was
he
like ridiculous. I mean, we called that, but it was still
Yeah.
like that guy, man.
He expected him
Shot
to
we were
die.
just like, yes, finally.
I-
Seriously.
Honestly,
The
I didn't think he
nerves.
was going to at first.
I
thought he was
He was
gonna.
gonna be a bigger man.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna leave with them and then kill him, but no, he just did it.
I
He's
thought it would
like,
have been smarter to at least
Mhm.
get healed
Pew!
up first and then shoot
Right.
him so that
Right.
you could get
But
out
then
of
we
there.
wouldn't be where we are.
We are.
You know, the way that they played him too, because Crosshair's so stoic,
Yeah.
and then his voice started like quivering. as he was getting amped up, he's like, "But you said," you know how he did that with his
Yeah,
voice.
That was good.
It reminded me of was it Gregor or one of the ones in Clone Wars that were starting to realize that the inhibitor chip
Just fives.
was it fives was going
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It reminded me of when he went crazy, and they're like, "Whoa, settle down!" Like he knew everything, but he was like, he was freaking out, so they didn't believe him. They're like, "You just need to sleep. You need to rest."
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. They do that a lot with these clones. They did that was it earlier this season where a couple of clones were being sniped?
Yep.
Yeah. With I'm trying to remember what episode that was. It was one of the better.
They were taking him out
Yeah.
because they were. Yeah, he was gonna go report Rampart.
Oh, that was 5 or 6 with the Emperor. Remember that? Yeah, they were gonna report. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
and then the
but those-
Emperor played it to his advantage.
Yes, he
that was
did.
really
it was genius. So
Yep.
Anyway,
what-
I'm glad Lieutenant Dan got his comeuppance.
Yep.
And Nolan,
Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Normal Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, fantastic episode, man. They did. It was who wrote that episode again? Fact checker. I know you.
Jennifer
mentioned it.
Corbett.
Jennifer Corbett.
She's one of the I think executive producers too. If I'm
What
not
else did
mistaken.
she write, or like what else has she done?
Yeah.
Like she definitely deserves kudos for this episode.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just because
It was good.
what they give you to work with too. Like
Right.
how much can you do with Omega in a lot of ways?
You can go all over the place when you don't have to use her.
Yeah, right.
Seriously, you can make a fantastic episode when she's not in it.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's just a circus.
Yeah.
Drop her off
She's
at
the
an
head
orphanage
writer.
and say goodbye.
She is the head writer.
She's the head writer.
Although
of the
they
Bad
say
Batch.
created by Dave Filoni, though.
The
Yeah.
story
He
was
created
by
it.
Filoni.
But
and
she
they're the
writes.
ones writing it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then,
And
but
she
but
is?
Dave Filoni
Yeah.
is Dave Filoni still an executive producer on the show?
Yes.
Like that makes sense. So he's still guiding them, but he's not like dictating everything that's
Yeah.
going on. And
I think he
he's
was.
not
I think
writing it.
And
I
that
think he
could
had
be
his
a
hand in this
partial
episode.
I
though.
definitely think he
Yeah.
had his hand in this episode, and he definitely had his hand in the
Hopefully from
clone
now on.
conspiracy.
She's writing the big stories. She did Aftermath of Season 1, Battle Scars, Rescue on Ryloth, and Camino Lost. Those
Ooh.
were some of the better episodes of Season 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
So she's got her hand in all the big ones, and then it's not telling me what she did in Season 2, but obviously this one, I'm guessing she did the other one with Crosshair.
I would imagine. I would
Probably the
It would make
mid-season finale
sense.
ones she probably had her hand in.
Yeah.
Episode
Third
3, and that's it,
No.
right? 3 and 12?
Yep.
No, episode 3 was Amanda Rose Munoz.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Munoz.
That was so good, though.
Fat girl?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Who was it? Yeah, I said that girl.
Oh, I thought you said fat girl. I was like,
Dude, I thought you
What?
said that fat girl. I was
I
like,
thought-
wow.
I thought you
Wow.
said white.
Yeah.
wider audience.
Wider audience.
For our wider audience out there.
Our
Oh man,
girls.
you guys got to go back an hour in the live stream to pick that one up if you
Yeah,
haven't. If
definitely.
you just tuned in, there's a lot of questions that need answered.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a lot
And
of-
answers that need questioning.
Oh man, we almost had it.
We did.
We almost had it.
I messed it up.
All right, well
Got an eyelash in my eye.
let's rate this episode and let's get on out of here out of 5.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna
Ah.
give it a 4.5 out of 5.
Yep. 4.5. Matt's crying. Lord have mercy.
Did you get something in your eye?
Eyelash. Yeah.
You got it live.
Huh?
What
got a
are you
life.
rating out of 5?
I'm gonna say
In your
He's closing his eyes.
disheveled state.
He's doing a. He's just-
4.65.
Oh,
Wow.
right.
Wow. God.
That's a weird one.
You good now?
It's not great when you get something in your eye and you have contacts in.
Yeah.
Ah,
dude,
that's
that does suck.
terrible.
I hate it.
I'm gonna give it a solid 4.75.
Okay.
I
4 and
wanted
3
to, but then I
quarters.
didn't.
Yeah,
he wanted
I
to
I was
I
hyped
was
on this
all-
one. I did not expect it, and it really delivered for me.
Yeah, it was
So.
it was definitely one of the best, and I'd say up there with Mando. Like we did,
Yeah.
it did not drop.
Side by side.
Like we watched that first, and then we watched Mando, and I'm like, wow, it's all amazing.
The hype train was
Just
real.
giving Crosshair just that moment where they were out scouting the perimeter, and then they all called them in because the people were raiding, and the music picks up,
That
and
was
it's just
awesome.
Mayday and Crosshair. Like that's all you needed to do with any of the Bad Batch members.
Yep.
Just let Hunter go to work.
Yeah,
Just
Literally.
let Wrecker go to work.
Let 'em
yeah,
be.
yeah. Let
And
them
so-
be a force.
Like they're outnumbered,
Yep.
they're outgunned. That's where they work their best.
Yep.
And so just put Crosshair in an open space, and he's got to defend now.
Yeah.
It's just like a video game, but it's it's so fun.
Season 7 of Clone Wars, dude.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Yeah.
That's where they're operating at their best, and
Yeah.
that's when that happened. I was like, all right, this is gonna continue to get better.
Yeah, even
So-
if it's serialized, like that makes so
Back
much
to the
more
cereal.
sense. There's a
Lucky
cereal.
Charms.
Here we go.
They're
Full
magically
circle.
delicious.
No.
Full circle.
Right.
They're just for kids.
Just for kids.
I do think
No, tricks are for kids.
I know. Cereal.
And
It's-
those aren't even that great, so I'm fine with them being for just
Okay,
kids.
you're off the show.
interesting writing. All roads lead to
Mount Tantus.
Tantus.
That's what I was gonna say. We didn't even talk
Yeah.
about that.
But
we should.
people
mention
get that, right? They're
Yeah.
going to be all showing up there, converging
so
pretty
yeah,
soon.
spec-
Bad
speculation.
Batch gonna save them.
That's
from
what we're all
Mount
thinking,
Tantus?
right?
think
yeah,
so.
that they're gonna have to save Crosshair. But the only question is, how do they
How do
find
they
out he's
know?
there?
How do they?
Yeah.
They're going
They're
to
gonna hear something.
Yeah.
Omega gets caught, and then
Yeah.
they're gonna
That would
save
be
And
great. Oh, that
executed.
would make sense too. on
They
top of
need
that.
to capture Omega.
Say it into the
She's on
mic,
top
fact
of-
checker.
She's on top of crap.
Say it into the mic, fact checker. You said it.
I just said Omega probably gets caught.
And executed.
That's fine.
That
And
would be
then-
great.
Yeah.
And then while they're trying to save Omega, too late. Oh, we
They're
didn't
like,
get
oh,
her.
we gotta
oh,
cut-
Crosshair.
cut
Come
our
on, buddy.
losses.
Now it's
Yeah.
gonna be the Bad Batch again.
Woo!
They need to rescue Lama Sue and just give Omega back to her. Like,
Nope.
you're reunited with
Take her.
your
Leave the Dalai Lama
She's
alone.
a
llama.
pain.
just go away.
I thought a llama was the show.
Now that
Llama.
Crosshair's back in the
Llama?
picture, we can be the Bad Batch again. The
Yep.
original 4, we're out. See you later,
Peace,
Omega.
home slices.
Have a
Right.
good life.
Deuces.
Well, and they did in the
Doses.
last episode. They did. Bad Batch was going to get back with Rex and
Echo.
Echo.
That'd
So
be
I
dope.
feel like they're really starting to build towards the end of this season.
we're adding on
um,
to the Bad Batch.
That we're going to be getting the full force here at the end. Maybe raiding Mount Tantus.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
There's a whole
amazing.
battle of Mount Tantus. That'd be great.
Oh, that
The
would
thing
be
that
so
gets me
cool.
excited is that now that Crosshair's in the picture, and if he stays in the picture for the last couple episodes, they have to write it well because he has
yeah.
weight to him. Well, he's not very heavy.
He's
but,
a pretty
He's
skinny
not-
guy.
He's pretty
Yeah.
light, actually.
but his episodes they have managed very well. So if
pounds.
he's there, there's this. It's almost like you could probably say this season is about Crosshair.
Yeah, Crosshair season.
Yeah.
I
And
mean,
now
so
everything else is-
arguably, so was the first one in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's his redemption arc.
It's his redemption
Mhm.
arc, and I think we all like to see a good redemption because that's what Vader, did.
Right, they were kind of copying Vader in a lot of ways, just in a more condensed version.
Yep.
And what do you think they want with him at Mount Tantus? Just for a special ability of being like
Yeah,
an
they're gonna
amazing
clone
shot,
him.
you know?
Amazing.
They're gonna clone him and take away his personality.
It just makes you think, like, what are they actually doing?
Yeah.
on
What are they doing in
Mount
Mount
Tantus?
Tantus?
Like, what are they?
Well, because
There's
they could have
got
killed
a lot
him.
of things,
they-
I'm sure, but
They're making things.
I think they want to know how he survived overnight in a blizzard without a helmet.
Yeah,
That's what they're
seriously.
gonna
that
study.
was probably the only con of the whole show. Was like
Honestly, I could.
But hey,
living on Hoth. we
They
know these
missed
things.
one piece there. Like he needed
Yeah.
to have a torch, or he needed to have something and then an enclosed space that we knew he was going to stay warm for the night,
Yeah.
Right.
not just against a rock.
Yeah.
Sucks that he lost his awesome helmet too.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Yeah.
I'm bummed about
we'll
that.
get a new one. Be even cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he'll have the colors of the Bad Batch.
Right. He'll just get his old armor.
Yeah, he could.
They still have it.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's somewhere in a
We've
closet or something.
for you, buddy.
We've been keeping it safe for you.
It's been on the shuttle
We
the
knew
whole
you'd
time.
return because I knew I'd meet you in the corridor.
And then he's
Next
like,
thing
"All
you
right, I
know.
can't take any more,"
And
and
then-
shoots her.
She walks away, and then he says, "Omega."
Omega.
The only
Andrew
other
shoots her first.
option is if they kill him off.
Pops out.
If
I know he
they kill
could.
him
He
off.
could sacrifice himself.
Yeah.
I'm
I
almost
hope he
wondering if they're gonna
doesn't.
go
I
that
hope he
route.
doesn't either.
Yeah.
'cause
I hope
feel like
Omega sacrifices
don't
herself.
redeem. Yes, I agree. Don't redeem him and then kill him off.
Yeah.
That's what I thought almost was going to happen. Like he made
Yeah,
his
I thought he
decision and then
was-
he dies. I was like,
Yeah.
that would be heavy.
Like the next
Yeah.
scene was a firing squad or something. Like they just,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
he killed the
It-
commander, so we got to kill him.
Well, the lady said she's like, if you cooperate,
You'll
might
survive.
live.
Might live. Yeah.
You might live. Which
You
I was
might
like,
survive.
dang, dude.
Well, because Hemlock's there, and Hemlock's insane, and he basically brought Lamasu or Nalase, whatever the guy that was
yeah,
at the
now let's
Nalase.
say,
And
Nalase,
Lama Su's
brought
one
him
of
there,
them.
and he's like, "Why am I here?" And now he's going to use him, but he's going to kill him if he doesn't do what he wants.
I think he's gonna kill him regardless.
I think so too. He just wants to eliminate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just wants.
It's just a means to an end.
He wants what he wants, and then he's gonna throw away the rest.
Or
and-
we'll just clone him.
Is the the animal creature from last week going to play into like the season finale? Because they're
It
taking
could.
that there
Oh
too.
yeah, the Zillow Beast.
They just they need to have a payoff for all this.
I think-
That's the thing. They keep
yeah.
like teasing
Yeah.
Tantus and all the different things they're doing.
I hope
or-
they give us something.
It's like
watch it be like, oh, we're
Cliffhanger.
cliffhanger, and then episode 3 is
Season-
when they're gonna start getting good.
No,
season 3
It's not going to start getting good until episode
Or yeah,
12
season
again.
3. I mean,
of season 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all filler up until then.
yeah, no, they'll go back. well,
It's an
but
occasional.
they'll go back to what Crosshair was doing in between episode 3 and episode 12 of this season.
Yeah, that would
Yeah.
be better.
Get
That's
us all out of order. Though.
all
Yeah.
of season 3 is just crosshair missions,
Right.
owning people.
Literally, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was a fantastic episode.
Both were fantastic.
Both were fantastic. And what a great night for Star Wars. I'm pumped to just go and watch those again. I'm excited.
I want to watch the whole season.
I know. Yeah, I want to
Of
watch the
Mando.
whole season of Mando.
I could kind of care less about Bad Batch.
Other
if it's
than
gonna
a
be
couple
garbage.
episodes.
If it's
Couple
gonna be
episodes.
garbage. If it's like
Yeah.
this episode, then yes.
Yeah, give me more.
I think it's going to be.
I hope so.
I hope the rest of this season of Bad Batch will be up to par with the rest of
I
them.
mean,
If not,
how can
make it better.
can't see them just steering away from what they've just set up these last two
Yeah,
episodes.
we said that
Just
about
like
season.
that.
We said that about
So-
episode 3, though.
Yeah,
and
then
they totally did.
and they totally did.
Well,
No, there's still
Now
some
we
crap.
got
They've
those
got to
episodes
decide
in a
whether
row.
they're going to get rid of. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah,
Ba-dum.
right.
I
whatever her
can't
name
remember
is.
her name is. Sid.
Literally the
Sid.
irredeemable
Drop her
character.
Sid the Sloth. But
Sid the Sloth.
and then they're going to figure out if they're going to get rid of her, and then they're going to figure out what are we doing.
I
And
honestly
then-
think they're gonna find out that she's
Yeah.
been working with the
What do we do?
Empire
I hope
and
so.
trying to take them out,
I
and
hope
then they're
so.
gonna kill her,
Yeah, I
and
think-
then move on.
I hope so.
I don't know if
Yeah.
they're gonna kill her, if the Empire might take her out.
Sure as heck
Yeah.
hope.
Empire's
Because-
gonna clone her.
So we'll get maybe
Why?
what? There's 4 episodes left in the
I don't
season.
know.
13 through 15. I think 15 and 16 are going to be amazing. I think 13 maybe.
That's
A
what we
joke.
thought about the first season, and
I
we
don't-
were wrong.
I think 13 though might be kind of sketch.
because we're probably going back.
Yeah,
to
the end of the first
Omega.
season was really not good.
It wasn't. It was a cliff. It
That
was
a
just
Bad Batch.
like, why did you end it on this episode?
Yeah, it didn't.
It's
really make
still
much sense.
placated to Omega the whole episode.
Yeah.
Again.
Maybe Cad Bane's gonna come back into the picture at some point because he
I
was in.
kind of hope Boba Fett. That's the other thing. Like, I would be most excited for if they
Yeah.
actually brought Boba Fett into this, and like there was like a brother sister thing with Omega, and that would actually make Omega more interesting to me.
True.
is if they
Right.
brought Boba Fett in,
True.
and he was like, "Oh, you're like my sister. Let me
Oh,
train
you
you."
I
must
must
do this.
protect you.
Yeah, something like that would be fascinating.
You must come with me
Yeah.
and leave.
Next-
Come
No.
with me if you want to not die.
Next week's episode is called Pabu.
Pabu. What, are you
P A
serious?
B U.
Yeah, it's a planet. I'm sure.
Sounds like Babu Frick.
Yeah, it
Alright,
does.
well,
I
P
don't
A
know.
B
High
U.
hopes.
The next one is Tipping Point,
Yeah.
and then
Mm.
the final 2 episodes drop the same night,
Ooh,
March
I like that.
29th. The Summit and Plan 99.
Yep, that sounds cool.
So,
So
I
the summit
think the
is
last
Mount
2
Tantus, and the Plan 99 is them rescuing.
they're gonna come back
rescuing-
together.
people.
Yep.
Full stage event.
And I don't know what
Fighting.
Tipping Point is, but
I mean, we might as well put spoiler warnings because
I
we
mean-
know what's gonna happen.
They're tipping
Yeah.
tea into a cup.
and
We're on the
Pabu.
pulse, man.
Pabu
Yeah.
Frick.
Babu
Pabu
Fricks.
Frick.
Yeah.
Next week. All right. Do you think it's gonna be a good, the bad, the ugly next week?
Ugly.
I
Ugly.
think it's gonna be
Mm.
It's
ugly.
gonna go back to Omega.
We always fall. Well, the last time they had episode 3, episode 4 was the one with the racer guy, and that was pretty funny. But
that was the only redeeming quality.
but
of
the
that
rest of it was a
episode.
joke. It was
Yeah.
Sid. Follow
It was
Sid
dumb.
around. It's
I
just
think-
so stupid.
I think he'll be in the middle kind of deal.
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Not
ugly,
like
yeah.
maybe
Eh,
like a 4 maybe,
use
Alright.
your words, Matt.
which I know is not in the
mm.
middle, but
you give me like a 3.5.
Yeah.
no, 2.5 is middle. I'm
True.
thinking more like 3.5 to 4 is what I'm hoping.
For next week's
Yeah.
episode.
I don't think it's gonna be as good, but I'm hoping they continue on.
All right, fact
Yeah.
checker, you got something.
Yeah, I looked up Pabu, and it's a droid, R2P4BU. It's also called Pabu, an R2 series astromech droid produced by Industrial Automation or Automaton and used by the crew of the YT-2400 light fighter.
Light freighter.
Who's that?
YT 2400. That's a
That's
Corellian
Corellian. Yeah.
freighter.
YT-24. Are they? Wait. YT-2400. Why does that sound familiar? That because
It's not the Millennium
it's
Falcon.
not, no, the Millennium Falcon's the 3
Something,
YT,
yeah.
3 something I think. But the 2400 the Dash Rendars.
Dash Render? Fire Ferret?
That's the name of the ship.
Also
The
known
Fire
as the
Ferret.
Fire Ferret.
Who's the
Ferret,
pilot?
Fire Ferret. Does it say? That's interesting.
Yeah, this is just a fanon page, Star Wars fanon page.
Oh,
So
okay,
I don't know
so
if
we're not
it's
sure. Okay, if it's legit or not.
the Fire Ferret used by a smuggling crew less than a decade prior to the Battle of Yavin.
So, it's
So who's the crew?
The crew Asami Sato.
Sato?
Yeah.
Sato.
Sato. Oh,
Sato.
did we see?
Yeah,
did we see that?
the
in,
young one.
in Rebels?
Yes, we saw Sato.
Yeah, we
Sato.
did.
And
Which one was
is that
Sato?
the
There's a Mako. I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher these.
Mako.
Mako Iwams.
Wait, where is this coming from? What is this coming up?
Star Wars fanon page.
Okay.
Fanon.
They're saying this is next week's episode.
Well, no, I just looked up Pabu Star
Pabu.
Wars, and this is what it led
Oh,
me
that's
to.
what
So
it
I
led
don't
you
know.
to.
It could be
Huh.
It could
completely
be a
left field.
planet.
Because
That's interesting. That sounds like an episode
Mako
of
sounds. It sounds like
sounds
something
like
from.
that episode of Rebels. With
Rebels.
those kids.
I think it was. I think it is.
That's
Yeah,
probably what
that-
it is.
They're bringing all the kids in for you
Yep.
know who.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah. I mean,
but
it's
they
a
would be
smuggling
even-
vessel.
They'd be way younger.
But
Very young.
What'd you say? What was his name? The
Asami Sato.
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 Sato was the general or the guy that
Oh.
led the ship, and it was his son or nephew or something like that. Wasn't it?
Yeah. So
Commander
Sato was
Commander
older.
Sato,
Yeah.
and then it was
Yeah.
his nephew that they all had to like talk off the ledge because they were like taking people out because they were a band of wild rebellious teens.
teens. Yeah.
And then they met up with Ezra, and Ezra's like, "Yo, you guys gotta like chill out."
Chill
Yeah,
out,
yeah, yeah.
man.
okay.
It was a good. It was a
Yeah.
good arc.
Huh, interesting. That could be good. Still sounds like there's going to be a lot of Amiga in it, and I feel like
Yeah.
if that's the case, then it's probably not going to be very good.
It's gonna be less than good.
Yes. But anyways, that was our review of Bad Batch Season 2, Episode 12, The Outpost. Man, that was a fantastic episode.
It was.
All right. Wow, what a great night for Star Wars. Thanks for tuning into our
Good stuff.
live stream and any other videos that you've watched this week. We appreciate you all. I do.
I don't.
Nick doesn't. Matt's on the fence.
Matt's on the fence.
Dan
Yeah.
has no words.
We don't know what that was. He might be stroking out.
He's stroking out. He's stroking out. We've gone past the point of stroking out. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you guys thought of these 2 episodes. And we'd love to hear more from you about this stuff. Check back. I can't talk.
Hey,
anymore.
bub-
I'm like
He's
falling.
stroking out.
I'm
Speak your
stroking out.
word, son.
No,
Soon.
we got lots of more content dropping. So hit the sub and hit the bell with that too, so you get all of our notifications.
Yeah.
Check us out on Rumble. We're just popping up all over the place.
We are like zits.
We're
Yeah.
all up on you.
Yeah. So tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about us.
Yeah.